They'll do it again.
That's right, Derek. Here we go. And it will go to Paoli as Ed Usugi gathers it up and works it up floor. And he is guarded by Quentin Combs of Corydon. Eddie kicks it into Wolfie. Wolfie fakes, back out to Eddie. Eddie pops the three and drops it. And a quick start here for Paoli as they're up 3-0.
That's a nice first basket by Ed there.
Yes, it was, Derek. He worked it well. And here is a foul. And it looks like it's going to be on Brian Wolf. And we're going to see Josh Pruitt go to the free throw line.
And his first free throw attempt is just rattled in there. And
he's got the shooter's roll, Derek.
Yeah, I guess that was the shooter's touch, Matt.
I told you that. Not this time, as it's ripped down by Corydon. Somebody didn't box out. And we see Zach Engelman of Corydon knock down the big three-pointer.
Yeah, Paoli paid the price
gets
there.
It stolen from him. And Quentin Combs of Corydon lays it up and in.
Well, Corydon has just capitalized on two Paoli mistakes, and now they lead by 3 points.
Not a good start defensively for Paoli.
No, it's not.
Here we see Ed looking in, fakes, kicks it into Wolfie. Wolfie back out to Eddie. Ed over to McKeegan for a three. No good. Rebounded to Wolf. Wolf kicks it in. Evan Seacat up and in.
That's Seacat's first basket, and hopefully he'll have many more just like that.
And Josh Pruitt gets his second basket of the ball game. Not a good start for Paoli defensively, Derek.
No, Matt. Looks like Joe Pullen is going to check in at the next break.
Here we see Daniel Springer fading away and drops it. And we have a substitution.
Now, Joe Pullen comes in for number 34, Daniel Springer.
Full court pressure now. And Kyle Savely works it up and tosses it to Nevin Dunaway, who is fouled by Brian Wolf.
Wow, that's going to be Wolf's second foul.
I'll tell you what, Derek, this early in the game, that's not good for Paoli to get a quick two on Brian Wolf.
And it looks like that forces Coach Mike Brown to put Daniel Springer back into the game for Wolf.
That's right, Derek. It's sad but true. And Quentin Combs has it up top, guarded heavily by Ed Usugi. Savely now works it. McKeegan back out to Quentin Combs. Calling the play. Savely fakes the three, drives it, puts it up, and doesn't get the roll. And it's pulled down, but out of bounds by Evan Seacat. I'll tell you what, Derek, I think Evan has butter on his fingers.
He might have. He just couldn't get control of that ball.
No, he couldn't, Derek. And they're having trouble throwing. Oh, it's batted away by Eddie, but it's worked over. Number 31, Zach Engelman puts it up in and off the glass.
Matt Paoli may have come into this game a little bit overconfident.
That's right, Derek. You can't underestimate these Panthers. They've really came in here with some awesome defense. And here we see offense, excuse me. And Eddie just did something. What did Eddie do, Derek? Looks like we have
I don't think Ed did anything. I think they're going to call a foul on somebody.
Well, I'll be.
Well, maybe they didn't. I'm not
it
really
was a
sure.
defensive foul.
I'm not really sure what happened on that play, but
Ed looking in, kicks it out to Evan. Evan kicks it over McKeegan. McKeegan takes it up top. He finds Eddie. And Ed's going to set it up, take his time. No, he's not. He's driving it in. Here we see Quentin Combs pushing it up.
Matt, that's an uncharacteristic turnover for Eddie Sugi.
That's right, Derek. Here starting off, Paoli's defense is not what it was last weekend.
Now there's going to be a holding foul called on Corydon.
And we're going to see Chase Kimmel check in for Tyler McKeegan.
Matt, who is that foul on?
That foul was on Josh Pruitt of Corydon. Seacat stops, pops, and drops.
Booyah! I think that's one of Evan's favorite spots to shoot from, the corner.
I think any spot on the floor he can pretty much knock her in there. Savely works it. Gets it stolen by Evan. Evan around the back, dishing and swishing. You know what, Derek? I didn't see the double dribble there, but I guess the referee did, and Corydon gets it.
And our decision is not the one that counts, it's the official.
That's right, Derek, but I just like to make statements. As well as these fans do. Quentin Combs now works it over to... He throws it out of bounds.
As Paoli's defense causes a turnover right there.
Zach Engelman just tossed it out of bounds, and Paoli's going to try another play here. Springer now on the right wing, gets it stolen, but Chase fumbles it and gets it back. But I'll tell you what, this defense from Corydon has really picked up. They want this game bad.
I think they're just a little bit quicker than Paoli is. And I think that foul is going to be called on that wild Mustang, Joe Fullen. That's his first foul.
That garbage man, I tell you what, he's a hoss. And here we see Josh Pruitt, tossing it in, and he throws it out of bounds, but it's deflected by Chaser. Seacat, he pops it, and that's... I tell you what, Derek, Evans really picked it up here. Once he elevates and snaps that wrist, it's over.
Yeah, that's his second three of the night, and he's got 8 points so far.
Pretty good start offensively, but they need to pick up the defense. Savely puts it up and in. There's no reason for that. He's 5'8", and we've got big men in the inside. That shouldn't be happening, Derek. Here we see Eddie popping.
Paoli can muster here,
but he gets his own rebound, and he works it up, gets fouled, and doesn't get the friendly roll. And that foul is going to be on Kyle Savely of Corydon. Jam-packed crowd here tonight in Chambers Gymnasium.
Yeah, they all came out here to see homecoming as Ed makes his first free throw.
As Eddie tosses his first one in. Tell you what, that Ed, he can stroke that three now.
Yeah, Ed's a pretty good shooter. He just riled that second free throw in as well.
And Ed takes a seat as Tyler McKeegan comes off the bench. Here we see Kyle Savely working it up. Mid-court press. Quentin Combs has to stop his dribble. Kicks it over. Back inside to Craig Kingsley. who gets his first basket.
Matt, with Brian Wolf out of the game with 2 fouls, it really hinders Paoli on the defensive end.
That's right, Derek. But I'll tell you what, that Wolfie, he's a hoss, and it really does hurt Paoli. But hopefully he'll be back in a little while and show his stuff, show his three-point ability.
And that's going to be a foul on Daniel Springer, and that's his first.
And Kyle Savely getting heavy defense back over to Quentin. They work it inside. Kyle Savely, he pops a 3, no good. Rebounded by Evan. Evan pushes it up. He's looking. He's shaking bacon, dishing, and let's see if he does not swish. And Joe Fullen shoots the ball, and that's no good. And I'll tell you what, that sick cat, he's mad.
Wow, Paoli's just racking up fouls left and right, and that's going to be Daniel's second, as 2 of Paoli's big men are kind of in some early foul trouble, Matt.
Yeah, and looks like Springer and Seacat are going to take some breathers, as Adam Johnson and Chase Kimmel.
I think Ed came back in the game, Matt.
And Ed came back in the game. I'm sorry, Derek.
It's all right.
And Craig Kingsley just knocked down the big 2.
That's right, Matt. His foot was on the line.
Yep. Tyler McKeegan back to Eddie. Eddie works it around. McKeegan. Well, I'll tell you what, the defense has really picked up here, and Chase working inside. He's being aggressive. Chase wants it. But Fullen. Well, I'll tell you what, these fans, they didn't like that at all, Derek.
No, they didn't. That was good aggressiveness shown by Joe. You know, Joe, he was just aggressive right out of the stable, you know.
That's right, he wanted it. That's what counts. And Fullen now, back to Eddie. This defense, Derek, is just awesome.
It's kind of surprising almost.
Adam Johnson now, with his first minutes, back to Chasey. Chase back into, Chase is gonna pop, and no good. Rebounded by Adam Johnson. And he'll kick it back out, and they'll set it up. Great rebound there by Adam Johnson.
Yeah, that was a hustle rebound there, Matt.
And the crowd's getting into it, and so are we.
There's about 25 seconds left in the first period here. Coach Brown's telling his team to
I think they're going
start
to
running the offense right now and
have Ed take the last shot. And McKeegan rebounds and puts it back up with 7 seconds left. And that's the way the first quarter ends, as Paoli is Paoli is down a point, 17 to 18. And I tell you, the Paoli defense really hurts him this first quarter, Derek.
Yeah, it just seems like with their 2 big men out, they just can't stop any penetration inside from support.
That's right, Derek.
I see some of the Booster Club fans.
That's right.
In that last couple of seconds there, Tyler McKeegan got himself a nice little offensive rebound and put back.
And here we see Coach Brown working plays over with the Paoli varsity squad.
As we wait for the second half to start, Paoli right now has 5 team fouls, and Corydon only has 2, and that's kind of a concern for Paoli. Paoli's a very aggressive team. That's how they get most of their offensive and defensive rebounds, by being aggressive off the glass. And you know, this kind of might be taken away from that. They might be playing a little timid now, a little.
That's right, Derek. Looks like Wolf really screwed up in the first quarter. I'd like to call him just a big screw up, but I am not going to do that. I'm sure Wolf is going to like that once he hears this on Channel 15.
Well, let's see what they can do. The Rams come out with Ed Usugi, Joe Fullen, Chase Kimmel, Brian Wolf, and Evan Seacat.
And here we see Zach Engelman back to Savely. Savely working it in, guarded heavily by Fullen. They work it in. It's a double dribble on
I think
Nevin
that was the right
Dunaway.
call there, Matt.
Yes, it was, Derek. I seen that perfectly. The referee eyed it, and here we have a Paoli possession. And Eddie now shaking and baking. Look at the moves. Chase, he drives back to Wolfie, back to the foul man. Well, I'll tell you what, the foul man needs to pop that.
I think they're trying to go to Seacat here. Seacat keeps trying to call for the ball.
Offensively, they need to look for Seacat because they need some points here because their defense isn't going to do much today. Here we go. Rebound. Quentin Combs takes it. He throws it away. Ed steals it. Eddie now. Back to Evan. Evan stops, pops, and misses.
Wow, that was a very
lot of-
bad shot by Evan. I don't know what he was thinking there.
Well, Evan, he had daylight. He had time to sit down, drink a glass of coffee, and just sit there and then stop, pop, and drop. But I'll tell you what, he really screwed that one up.
yeah, I think he's just
He was getting excited.
thinking ahead, getting excited.
Yeah, he got
about the shot.
excited.
But a nice sequence of events there by Ed, making the steal and giving it off to Seacat and possibly the assist. And it looks like
And-
there's going to be a timeout called by Corydon. They could not get the ball in on the inbounds play.
That's right, Derek. Looks like Paoli defense stepped up as they tried to throw it in and forced them to call the timeout.
And we have about 6 minutes and 56 seconds left in the second quarter. And we'd like to remind you that the next home game will be Saturday, February 9th, and it will be against Salem. And it is an unusual time. It starts at 1 o'clock. So,
1 o'clock, Derek?
yeah. So, just to give you folks some leeway there and knowing what time the game starts, it does start at 1 o'clock, Saturday, February 9th, against Salem. And just come out and support the Rams as we head back into action.
I'll tell you what, Kyle Savely's just booking it, and he hits the layup, and Wolf didn't want to take that foul there, so it was pretty safe for him to step back and just let the boy do what he does best. And here we see Chase now.
Man, I think he just out-hustled everybody.
That's right.
Kind of caught Paoli off guard.
Wolfie now. Oh, did you see that move, Derek? Did you see that spin?
That was a nice-looking spin move, and he got the contact and the foul. And
I'll tell you what, I ain't seen a spin like that since 1973 when the Bears won the Super Bowl.
And it looks like it won't be a shooting foul.
And Seacat, he pops it. Oh my goodness, Evan just elevated. He snapped the wrist and watched it go in as he fell down.
I think he might have been fouled there, Matt, and didn't get the call.
Could have, Derek, I didn't see it. But Evan now, he pops. He fell down again, and Fullen puts it back up and in.
Joe Fullen with the second offensive rebound and the ball up in the basket.
And the score is tied here.
The referees
wanted
might have
travel.
missed travel there.
And Craig Kingsley knocks down the tray.
I think Seacat's looking to get control of this game right now.
Evan stops, pops, and misses. Quentin Combs now working it up. And Jeff Conrad knocks down the two. And
Paoli's
Corydon,
losing it here, Matt. There's
defensively, we can't do nothing. They are so good offensively.
They need to slow the tempo down.
It looks like Coach Brown has snapped.
I think they just hit Coach Mike Brown with the technical. And the assistant coaches, Joe Sibbett and Brian Kerr, as well as Scott Blankenbaker up there trying to encourage Coach Brown to calm himself down before he gets a second technical.
Well, I'll tell you what, Derek, these games are quite frustrating and sometimes just go off, but it's quite all right.
Well, Corydon makes that free throw attempt. And this game was tied at 20, but now Corydon has just commanded the game for the last couple seconds here and made some quick points off of some turnovers and a technical foul by Coach Brown.
Yeah, and there we've seen Zach Engelman take advantage of that and knock down the 2 big free throws. And Corydon is up 29-22 here in about the middle of the second period. And Corydon works it in.
Matt, I think Paoli really needs to slow the tempo of this game down. I think the tempo just got so high that they couldn't keep up with Corydon.
That's right, Derek.
They're going to say that's a charging foul on Brian Wolf. Or actually, I think he stepped out of bounds there, but turnover nonetheless. And this game has just slipped away from Paoli right now.
That's right, Derek. Kind of looks like they want it more than we do. And here we see Josh Pruitt throwing it in. And Kyle Savely now back to Josh Pruitt. And Craig Kingsley takes the shot. No good. Rebounded by Josh Pruitt. Kyle Savely. He kicks it back to... Okay. There we have a foul on Kyle Savely, and he has to take a seat there for a second.
And Evan gets that blocking foul after that rebound, and I think Evan's a little bit mad here, Matt.
Yeah, I would be too, Derek. He's wanting this game, and his teammates they want it too, but I think Evan wants it worse. Evan's really picked up his offense here, and
well, we're about halfway through the second quarter, and
defense is getting us, Derek. And there is
true.
Wolfie.
There's a basket by Brian Wolf and the foul. He'll go to the line to try to make a three-point play.
And looks like Wolf is cleaning house and taking names on the inside.
Who was that foul on, Matt?
That foul was on Josh Pruitt, Derek. And how many does he have now? 2?
Yes, he does.
Well, all right. As we see Wolf snap his big wrist, and he gets the roll. And that's travel.
And another turnover by Corydon.
Michael Emily traveled for Corydon.
Maybe Paoli could take advantage of Corydon's turnovers just like Corydon took advantage of Paoli's turnovers.
That's right, Derek, and hopefully we can start a run here. As we see Evans snap his wrist, and that's no good. But Quentin Combs works it back, and he kicks it in, and he travels.
And there's another traveling call on Corydon. They seem to be fumbling the ball just like Paoli was a couple minutes ago.
And looks like Evan and McKeegan exchanging some words, and they're working stuff out. And Evan now fooling. He was open, but he didn't want to take the shot. Good choice. And McKeegan now back to Wolfie. And here we see Wolf almost throw it away, but Ed recovers.
There's going to be a pushing foul called on Corydon. And the Paoli fans stand up and applaud the referees for that call.
Yes, while the Corydon fans are standing up and booing the referees as they're fired up.
As Chase Kimmel checks in the game for Tyler McKeegan.
And here we see Evan Seacat.
And that ball was bad out of bounds, and they say last touch of Paoli player, so it'll be Corydon ball.
And here we go now as the Panthers of Corydon are going to set her up. And Paoli applies the defense. Just a man-to-man here. And Zach Engelman kicks it in to Nevin Dunaway, who puts it up and in. And Evan Seacat now quickly up the court into Wolfie. Wolfie back out to Eddie. Wolf now rolls and misses the easy two. And Quentin Combs now pushes. And it's almost stolen. Now, Derek, what are your thoughts on this play here?
Well, I think Corydon's just out hustling Paoli here, and I don't know if there's much you can do about it until halftime where you kind of regroup yourself.
That's right, Derek. Hopefully, Coach Brown can calm him down here.
It's going to be a blocking foul on Brian Wolf, and that's not good news, as that's going to be his third foul.
As we see Daniel Springer checking in for the Wolfman himself.
This is really bad news, Matt, with Wolf having 3 fouls, and now you got to put Springer back into the game, and he's got 2 fouls, so
that's right, Derek.
If Daniel gets a 3rd foul, then, you know, Paoli might be really in trouble here.
They're choosing to go small on the inside for foul reasons.
As Corydon makes the first free throw, and second one rolls out. Joe Fullen gets that rebound.
And there we see Joe Fullen with a elevating tip in.
Matt, that is a wonderful tip in by Joe.
I'll tell you what, that kid, he can jump.
We've seen him in the past couple of games tip about 3 baskets in, and
well, that's what he does best, Derek.
Yeah, I think it might be.
And Quentin Combs now pushes it in. Doesn't want to take it. He almost throws it away as Paoli picks up the defense here. And they're going to set it back up. And Craig Kingsley finds Quentin Combs, who pushes it back in. And Engelman misses the 3, and it's pulled down by Springer. Up to Evan. And Evan misses the easy layup. I'll tell you what, Derek.
Matt, Paoli just isn't acting like themselves.
That's right. They need to pick up their defense, and they need to get together. This isn't the Paoli team I seen last weekend.
Well, we got less than a minute left in this quarter, in the first half. There's a shot by Seacat, no good. Another fast break opportunity by Corydon, and he walked. The Corydon fans are very upset, as well as Corydon's coach.
And Evan took a hard spill. But he gets back up, and
as Adam Johnson, Tyler McKeegan come into the game for Evan Seacat and Joe Fullen. We have 39.4 seconds left.
And Paoli now. They throw it into Chase, back to Eddie. Ed's going to look for a last shot here. No, he's not. He throws it away. Kickball.
And Matt, that's another not shooting foul, or actually I don't think that's a foul.
Eddie now shaking bacon at top. McKeegan looking. Back to Chase, top of the key. He's back to Eddie. Ed's going to set it up. 10 seconds remaining. Eddie stops, pops, misses. But Springer rebounds and puts it up and in with 4 seconds remaining. And that's the way the first half ends, with the Panthers of Corydon leading Paoli 36-29.
And Matt, here are some of the halftime stats. Point-wise, Evan Seacat is leading the team in scoring with 11 this first half. Next up is Ed Usugi with 5. Daniel Springer and Joe Fullen each have 4 apiece. And Tyler McKeegan and Brian Wolf have each put in 2 points. Rebounding, Joe Fullen is leading with 4. Tyler McKeegan has 1 rebound. Evan Seacat has 2. Daniel Springer has 2. Eddie Usugi 1. And Brian Wolf has 1. I think Brian Wolf had 3 points actually. Assist, I only counted 1, and that was from Brian Wolf. And fouls, Joe Fullen has 1. Daniel Springer has 2, and Brian Wolf, of course, has 3. We'll be back with the third quarter right after this. We're back at the third quarter. About to start here in about 4 seconds. It looks like Paoli will get the ball first, with Evan Seacat taking the ball out.
And here we go, as Paoli starting it off here. And Daniel Springer now on the right wing. He's looking. As Ed Usugi up top over to Chase. Back inside to Springer, who fades away. No good, but rebound by Ed. Ed back up and no good. Tip no good. Daniel Springer back up and in. Offensively, Paoli has really picked it up here in the start of the second half, Derek.
That's right. That's probably one of their goals at halftime they talked about.
And Quentin Combs has it in the left wing. And we're going to have I
think that was a turnover, Matt.
Yeah, we have a turnover. Didn't exactly see what happened there, but anyway, here's Eddie now on the left side, over to Chase. And Daniel Springer fades away, no good. And Josh Pruitt of Corydon puts it up and in.
Matt Paoli has to focus on accomplishing the task at hand, doing it step by step instead of thinking about the big goal.
That's right, Derek. Take it piece by piece, and that's what they're doing as Daniel Springer works it inside and up and in.
That's a nice basket by Daniel there.
And Kevin Dunaway, he passes it back out to Engelman, back over to Savely, I guess. Yeah, Savely. And Josh Pruitt now back over to Engelman. And Quentin Combs back to Savely. Savely's looking. And it looks like Evan came up with the big steal there. And Evan's pushing it up.
Second steal of the night, Matt.
And Daniel Springer elevates and up and in.
Wow, Daniel Springer Daniel's had a terrific game tonight. He's had 8 points, all inside.
That's right, Derek. He's a big man on the inside. He can get in there. He hustles, and he gets it up there and in.
That's going to be a foul on Joe Fulham. That's his second. So another big man for Paoli gets his second foul.
And here we see Josh Pruitt stepping up to the free throw line. And he will make his first one. As he prepares for the second. And he rolls it in. Evan Seacat now pushing it up. Back up top to Springer. Springer's looking. And Ed steps out to get it. Ed's kicking it back and calling the play. And Daniel Springer misses the roll. And here we see Quentin Combs now pushing it up. And we have a foul on, looks like it's going to be on Chase, Derek.
And that will be on Chase.
And that's his second.
Yet another big man for Paoli gets his second foul as Eddie Sugi comes up with that steal. That's his second steal tonight.
Ed's really hustled on defense. And Evan now back up to Eddie. Evan wants it here. Evan's pumped. Once he gets that little hop in his shot, he can really knock her down. And well, I'll tell you what, Springer just got blocked. And here we see Chase working it inside. And looks like they're going to get him for a charge.
They're going to get Chase with his third foul.
I'll tell you what, that really hurts Paoli, Derek.
Yes, it does, as Tyler McKeegan checks in for Chase Kimmel. And Chase will have a seat on the bench.
And here's the Panthers of Corydon back up. And Sabley now shakes and bakes on McKeegan. Quentin Combs gets it up top, and Ed's there to guard him. And it looks like Josh Pruitt is going to knock down the big three and put them up by 8.
Matt, it looks like Paoli wanted to stop the penetration from Corydon, and that might have left the outside game open.
Yeah, Corydon really told them. And Seacat now, he'll pop it, and he knocks that down.
And that's his fourth three for this game.
4 threes, Derek?
Yeah, yes. If you're keeping count, that is 4 threes for this game. He's got a total of 14 points.
And there's a rebound by Tyler McKeegan of Paoli. And Evans shaking, but he doesn't bake. And Eddie now pushes it inside. He kicks it into Springer. Springer's going to take the shot. And I'll tell you what, Derek, Springer's really picked it up here in the second half. How many points does Springer have now?
Well, that's his 10th point, Matt. He's got 5 baskets inside. And now the Paoli fans staying up and cheers. The deficit is only a 3-point deficit now, but Paoli gets a foul.
Looks like they're going to get Fullen with the foul there.
Well, that will be Fullen's third.
Well, I'll tell you what, Paoli's in big foul trouble here. I don't know what they're going to do for their big men, but they better do something.
Well, it looks like Adam Johnson's getting ready to check into the game after this free throw attempt, which is good by Corydon. But you do have to wonder, this forces Paoli to go to a smaller lineup. What will this do to the rebounding situation?
That's right, Derek. Looks like Paoli's going to try to rely on offense here, because they already know their defense ain't going to cut it.
I look on my stat sheet here, and most of the rebounds have been by Joe, Daniel Springer, and there's only 1 rebound by Wolf, but he hasn't played much of the game since he's been in foul trouble. So these fouls will probably hurt Paoli's chances on the board.
And here we see Zach Engelman back over. And looks like Engelman's going to take the three, and he knocks that down. I'll tell you what, Derek, Paoli better do something here. And looks like Tyler's going to work it inside, and he gets the easy layup.
That was a nice little drive by Tyler there to
That's right, Derek.
Change the momentum of the game.
He's a premier three-point shooter, but when he can do that, that's good things for Paoli in the future. And here we see.
That's an important basket, too, because Paoli was starting to lose the grasp of the game a little bit. And that got him back into it somewhat. And here we see Craig Kingsley knock down the big tray. Yet another three by Corydon. First half it was inside scoring, and second half it's going to be outside scoring for Corydon.
Well, I'll tell you what, Derek, Evan he's getting pumped up here. And, well, I'll tell you what, he drove in there and he wanted that too, and he got fouled. And looks like Paoli's going to have to take a big jump here in the second half to clean some house.
Who is that foul on, Matt?
That foul was on that Craig Kinsley character. I'll tell you what, he is a character. I don't know the guy. I don't want to know the guy, but I can just tell you right now, he's a character.
All right, as Evan shoots his first free throw, and it's just a tad bit short, and Daniel Springer comes into the game. He checks in for Joe Folan, and Coach Brown hoping Daniel doesn't pick up another quick foul here as Seacat gets ready to shoot his second.
And Seacat, as we see some 70s fans, as one cameraman just shot.
That's just uncharacteristic of Seacat there.
And here's Savely up top. Oh, what a dish there. Back to
travel.
Engelman, but it looks like we're going to have a turnover. And Springer is going to toss it in to Eddie.
Well, Matt, if you can say anything about this game, it's going to be that there are lots of turnovers and fouls.
That's right, Derek.
I think the turnover situation is about even for both teams, but definitely the fouls is in favor of Paoli having more. And there's Evans' fifth three-pointer.
Well, I'll tell you what, Evans really picked it up here, and they're going to have to rely on his offense in this game, because once it gets down to the wire and their defense doesn't pick up, then they're going to have to start draining some trays and knocking down them twos.
All right, Evan has 17 points right now to wind down the third quarter. There's less than a minute to play as Corydon almost loses the ball. Drive.
And Josh Pruitt just takes it in strong against Ed Usugi. And here we see Evan. Evan loses it. And that was a really bad foul by Daniel Springer. You know, if Daniel had no fouls, that would still be a bad foul, but that's going to be his third. And now, I don't know what Coach Brown's thinking. Right now, I'm sure Coach he's happy on his offensive side, but defensively, he's very upset. I would have to agree on that, Matt. I think Paoli's been out-hustled in this game, too, and they're kind of showing a lackadaisical approach to this game, and I don't know what. It just doesn't seem to be Paoli, you know? No. As we come down with 17 seconds left in the third quarter, and I think Corydon will hold the ball, keep passing it until he gets the last shot. Here comes Evan Seacat with the steal and the easy layup. Wow, and that desperation shot almost good by Corydon. But with that last second layup by Evan Seacat, that makes the score Paoli 47 and Corydon 53 going into the fourth quarter. I'll tell you what, Derek, Paoli's going to have to really pick up the defense in the fourth quarter if they want to pull away with the win here. What do you think about that?
Well, I think the key to the fourth quarter is going to be how Paoli approaches the foul situation. They can't really afford to get any of their big men in foul trouble. Each of them have three. I think, obviously, you want Daniel Springer or Joe Fuller to get that fourth foul before you want Brian Wolf to get it. He's
That's right.
definitely their best post player. I don't know, I might try a little approach where you go inside the Wolf, you know, maybe give
Derek,
surprise toward him a little bit.
I tell you what, Evan knew that Brian Wolf and Joe Fullen were out and that their inside moves and stuff wasn't going to cut it for the second half here. And Evan really stepped up with some big threes, and he's really pushed his Paoli team here. And looks like we're going to have a very exciting fourth quarter, Derek.
Yes, as players come back, we've got Wolf, C-Cat, Tyler McKeegan, Adam Johnson, and Ed Usugi on the floor for Paoli. And there's a quick three by Corydon. That's no good. Tyler McKeegan gets that rebound.
And as C-Cat pushes it up, he calls the play. And Wolfie's wide open on the inside, and he misses the easy layup. And I'll tell you what, Wolfie's really screwed up big time in this game, Derek.
I don't know if I'd say that, Matt.
Oh, I'd say it. But,
Actually, Matt, I think Wolf just needs to finish that play out a little bit. When you get an opportunity like that, you just can't miss it.
He just needs to calm down and have a good time, Derek. That's what it's all about.
Cuts,
looks like Evan's fired up, and Evan's going to shoot the three. And that's Evan's sixth three-pointer.
And that is number 6 for Evan. As he has 22 points right now. And the Corydon lead is only 3.
And it looks like we'll have a foul on.
That's going to be a tough break. I think that's going to be on Wolf, and that's definitely going to be his. No, it's on Ed Usugi, number 12. That's his first foul, and that might be a gift from the officials.
That's right, Derek. That's a pretty good call there on Paoli's side. And here we see Josh Pruitt now. He has had the hot hand earlier, and he tossed it back to Quentin Combs. Back to Josh Pruitt. Looks like Pruitt's going to look for the three, but he can't find anything. And here we have Engelman back to Savely, back to Josh Pruitt, and Quentin Combs going to push it back. They're just kicking it back and forth like a couple of monkeys. And I'll tell you what.
And there's that Paoli defense that's been missing all night, causing that turnover. And Matt, with this possession, Paoli can tie the game with a three.
That's right, Derek. Looks like Paoli is really wanting a victory here, and earlier on they weren't as excited as they are now, and looks like Evans looking for it, but Wolfie's up.
And they call the charging foul on Brian Wolf, and that's his fourth foul, and the crowd does not like that. And there's Coach Brown's second technical, and he's going to be thrown out of this game, folks.
Coach Brown needs to calm down here.
As
It's
Joe Sibbett and Scott Blankenbaker tell Coach you better get off the court, and Mr. Newkirk leads them back into the Paoli locker room, and
everybody's getting fired up here, Derek, and it's quite exciting.
Now Joe Sibbett will take over as the coach for the team, and the referee explaining some things to him,
but it looks like Coach Brown grabbed his arm, and he had to be escorted off by Coach Newkirk.
Yes, as the officials call timeout here, and Matt, this has turned into quite a hostile environment as the fans look on, and in awe of what they just saw.
That's right, Derek. Not every day you see something like that. But I think the referee got a little bit too carried away there, and Coach Brown certainly didn't like it. And referee wasn't going to have any of his crap.
Well, the crowd here is very ecstatic, and
that's right, Derek.
Don't really know what to think of the situation. Let's recap what's happening in this game right now. It's we have 6 minutes and 31 seconds left in the game with the score Paoli 50 and Corydon 53. Evan Seacat has been the star for Paoli. He's got 22 points off of 6 3-pointers and 2 2-pointers. And they might need to go to him a little bit more in these upcoming minutes to maybe carry the team into a victory. As the Corydon players come back to the floor, and as does Paoli, and
everybody's calming back down, and we're going to get this fourth quarter back underway. And it looks like the go-to guy here in the fourth quarter is going to be Evan Seacat.
Corydon misses the free throw attempt, and Paoli fans cheer. The Paoli team conversing, maybe telling each other to keep cool, keep their emotions to themselves, and try to win this ball game.
Yep.
As Corydon makes the second free throw.
And here we see Savely now working it up. He's shaking and baking on Chase, and it's almost stolen by Evan, but Englewood's going to nail the three. And I'll tell you what, that kid stepped up big there. He knocked down the three, and looks like Corydon's picking it up offensively as well as defensively.
Yes, we saw this earlier in the game when Coach Brown got his first technical, and Corydon had a little surge and scored some quick points, and it looks like that's what they've done here. Kind of the same situation too. Paoli is kind of getting into the ball game as Ed Sugi hits a clutch three-pointer there.
I'll tell you what,
Ed Paoli back into this game.
Ed stepped up big there, and he came right back from Englewood's big three, and he came back with his own. And there's a double dribble on Englewood.
Turnover there, and the crowd is in a ruckus as we have another timeout on the floor. Fans standing, applauding the team and their effort.
Pretty exciting fourth quarter here, Derek, and I want to thank you again for having me on to help you commentate here at Chambers Gymnasium. It's a lot of fun. This game has really been exciting, and hopefully I'll be back again to do this again.
All right, well, I guess since you thanked me, I should thank everybody involved in this. Our producer Michael Nice, and all the camera people here tonight. Even though we've had some technical difficulties a little bit.
That's right.
We've shown resilience, and we're still covering this game for you, and I hope you appreciate that, because these fine folks right here, they've taken a lot of time and effort to put this project together, and they
but I'll tell you what,
they
Derek,
deserve a little recognition.
We pulled through, and hopefully the Rams can pull through here in the fourth quarter.
That's right. They only have a 4-point deficit, and one may think it should be a lot more with the many opportunities that Corydon has had with shooting free throws off the technical fouls and off of getting points off the Paoli turnovers here as we start the game.
That's right,
again.
Derek. Turnovers they've really hurt Paoli here, and Corydon as well, and looks like Evan just threw the ball away, and he is mad at himself.
We're going to call that foul on Evan Seacat, and he doesn't like that. He's a little bit disappointed in himself there, and it looks like Corydon will go to the line to shoot the bonus. Oh, that's the 8th team foul on Paoli, the first on Seacat.
And here we see Josh Pruitt stepping up to the free throw line. It's a one-on-one situation. He knocks down the first.
Seems like Mr. Pruitt has been to the line quite often tonight, man.
That's right, Derek. He stepped up big at the line in the first half, and in the second half he knocked down a couple big threes.
Oh, Joe Fullen gets the ball, and they call a jump ball.
But
fortunately, it will
it's
go
going
to
to be a Paoli possession.
This game is definitely not over. Paoli, they've come back in many cases by a much larger margin than 5 points, as they're going to call number 3, Kyle Stabley, with the foul. That's his third.
And Ed Usugi now pushing it up the court. They're trying to set something up here. It looks like Evans going to pop the 3, and he drained that 3, and that's the 7th 3 of the game, and we have a 2-point ball game here.
And the game is within 2 points now. Paoli needs to get some defensive rebounding here.
And Stabley now pushing in. Quentin Combs back to Englewood, back. Quentin Combs, excuse me. Oh, Pruitt misses. And Pruitt puts it back up and in and gets fouled. And it looks like he's going to be fouled by Evan Seacat.
And they're calling that foul on Evan, and that guy doesn't like it. Or maybe he does. He's clapping. I think he's a Corydon fan, but that's Evan's second foul.
Hardcore fans here tonight, Derek.
That's right. Every team has their hardcore fans. And that takes the lead back up to 5 for Corydon.
And we have a 5-point ball game here.
And Matt, I think these officials are probably gonna sprint to the locker rooms.
I'd say, Derek,
after the game.
And Joe Fullen works on the inside, and he puts it up and in. And here we see Corydon back at it, Stabley up top, back to Josh Pruitt, and Quentin Combs back to Josh Pruitt. Stabley has it. He's guarded by Chase. He's not going anywhere. And Quentin Combs pushes inside, and no good, but
and that's going to be a foul on Ed. That's his second. And just a couple of bad breaks for Paoli here. Many fouls being called. Looks like Ed might be injured. Like something might be wrong with Ed's nose, as Tyler McKeegan comes in for him. And
yeah, he has a busted nose.
Ed's going back to the locker room to be checked on by the trainer. As Corydon makes the free throw.
You gotta hate those busted noses, Derek.
Yeah, Ed looked like he was in some real pain there, and we wish that he's not terribly hurt.
We wish the best for him, and here we see Craig Kingsley knocking down both, and we have a 5-point ball game as Paoli's going to work it back in.
That seems to be in the magic number, Matt, 5.
That's right, Derek. Looks like Evans going to have to step up offensively here, and Springer's now back up to Chase, and
let's see what offense can do. Evans takes the ball, gets instructions from Coach Stibbett.
Evans going to pop it. No good, but Quentin Combs back up top, over to Stabley, and Stabley's going to shake and bake up top. Try to go back inside, nothing. Quentin Combs back over to Craig Kingsley, and Kingsley's looking, finds Stabley, he pops, gets the roll. And Paoli's going to have to step it up big here.
That's how it's been all night, Matt. Just bad breaks for Paoli all around.
There's plenty of time, and there is no hurry.
Joe Fullen got a sixth rebound there. And that was the seventh rebound, and he gets the foul. So he'll go to the line to shoot 2.
Well, I'll tell you what, McKeegan had daylight, and with a lot of pressure behind him, it's kind of hard to knock down them threes there, but great effort there, and he was fortunate to have Joe Fullen on the inside to grab the rebound and try to put it back up and in and get fouled. And that foul's going to be on Quentin Combs as Fullen knocks down his first. Ed's all right. We're happy for him.
Yes, he comes back into the game for Tyler McKeegan. Joe makes the second free throw to make it yet again a 5-point lead for Corydon, and there's a timeout called on the floor with 2 minutes and 40 seconds left in the game. Paoli 60, Corydon 65.
Yes, Derek, there's no rush here. There's a lot of time left. They're just down by 5.
Well, Matt, let's go look at the foul situation. Paoli has 10 team fouls this second half to Corydon's 4. So if Paoli has to foul Corydon, they're going to be shooting 2 for certain. And with Corydon only having 4 team fouls, that means they can kind of step it up a little bit on defense, play a little bit more aggressively, maybe cause some turnovers, and maybe side the game in their favor.
That's right, Derek, and hopefully CCAC can get that shooting touch back and nail a couple threes. What do you think about that, huh?
That's right. He's got 7 of them in the game so far, and he's trying to break the school record for threes in a season or career, I think. Let's go back to the action now as Corydon takes the ball out.
And the Panthers now pushing it up, taking their time. There is no hurry for them.
They're trying to trap a little bit. They're going to call a foul on Paoli. I thought that might have been a travel, but they're going to say that foul was on Ed. That's going to be his 3rd.
Tough break for Paoli.
You've got Brian Wolf with 4 fouls, then Ed Yusugi, Daniel Springer, Chase Kimmel, and Joe Fullen have 3, and Evan Seacat has 2, and those are all the fouls. And there's no spreading. There's no spreading over with the fouls. Just certain people have them, and they have a lot of them.
And Josh Pruitt knocked down 2 free throws, and the Panthers are up by 7 points, 60-67.
This is Evan's time right here. This might be prime time for him to showcase his skills. As another unfortunate happening occurs, is the ball goes over the backboard and out of bounds to Corydon.
Paoli now applying the mid-court pressure.
That might be the nail in the coffin, as now the Corydon lead is 10 points with just a little bit under 2 minutes to play.
And the Panthers now are up by 10 with a minute and a half left.
I think Paoli realizes they need to start fouling, and unfortunately, that's what they have to do.
Tough break here for Paoli. They came in the game ready to win, got too excited, and the Panthers came in the game wanting to win even worse. Seacat nails the three. And Evan Seacat now has 8 threes in the ball game.
That's right.
And it's a 7-point ball game with 1:20.
Evan has 28, and most of those points have been off of 3-pointers. And Evan, he's going to probably break that record if he continues putting up those threes like he has tonight. Well, Matt, upcoming games for Paoli on the road. We have Saturday, February 2nd, the Rams will travel to Brownstown, and that game will start at 6 o'clock with the JV. And then the next home game against Salem, Saturday, February 9th. With 1:20 left in this game, Paoli down by 7 points, and Corydon with the ball.
And there's a foul on Daniel Springer, and that'll be his 4th foul. And we're going to see Quentin Combs now stepping up the free throw line. And right now, Derek, it's all up to the free throws.
Yes, I think Paoli, their strategy is going to be to foul, try to get him on the line and miss a couple. But unfortunately, with many of Paoli's players in foul trouble, it's probably not going to be uncommon that somebody's going to foul out of this game tonight. As Chase Kimmel comes out of the game for Brian Wolf.
And here's Paoli.
Got his 8th rebound there.
Seacat now stops, pops, and barely misses it as Springer pulls down the rebound. And there's a foul on Savely of Corydon. And it looks like that'll be his 4th. And we're going to have... No, we're not. We're going to have a timeout here with 58.3 seconds remaining as the Panthers of Corydon are winning 71-63. Derek, what are your thoughts of the ending of this game?
Well, man, unfortunately, I don't see Paoli coming out victorious here unless they can shoot some quick baskets and make them and send Corydon to the foul line where they would miss 1 out of 2 or even all of their free throw attempts there. You just have to keep trying, though, because there's always a possibility that things could work out and you could, pull away with a victory.
That's right, Derek. There's always a chance, especially when you're Johnny All-Star. And we're just going to hope here. That's all we can do.
Looks like Eddie Sugi will take the ball out and look for Evan Seacat to get the ball.
And Evan's going to pop it from the top of the key. No good. Rebound goes to Eddie Sugi. Eddie pops the 3. No good. Rebound to Wolf. Wolf puts it up and in with 46 seconds. And we have a 6-point ball game. 2 threes will tie it. Let's just hope that Corydon misses the free throws when we foul them.
It looks like Coach Stippett is gathering the team, trying to talk strategy for these final seconds of the ball game. And it's like Corydon's coach is a little bit fired up too. He's telling his troops to probably to stay with the same game plan they've always stayed with this game, and to hopefully they'll come out with victory. And Paoli really needs to. They really need to focus here, and they need to be confident on their abilities so they can come back, because they have come back before from a deficit like this with so little time, and you know, you just have to wonder, will this be a case where it happens again?
And there's a quick foul by Evan Seacat at the 42nd second mark.
And that's his foul. A little wordplay there.
And here we go now as Josh Pruitt's going to step up the free throw line. Hopefully we can get a couple misses here, Derek, and work it up. Maybe knock down a quick three, who knows?
Well, Pruitt's been on the line a lot tonight, and I'd say he's got a pretty good stroke with him there. As Wolf comes in for Chase.
And Josh Pruitt knocks down his first.
If he makes this one, it will be an 8-point lead, and he does make it.
Springer banks in a three-pointer.
Daniel rallied in the two-pointer there.
That was a two-pointer.
A quick foul by Paoli.
And there's another quick foul with 28 seconds remaining. Looks like
that's Joe Pullen's fourth.
And we have a 6-point ball game. As Savely knocks down his first. And Savely makes a second. And we have the Panthers are winning right now, 78 to 67.
Well, with only 28.2 seconds left, probably pretty much the same strategy. See the fans, and there's the Queen, Delia McGavs, and looks like she is really enthused with this game.
That's right, Derek.
It's kind of been on the decline, the intensity level of it. I'd say the peak of it was when Coach Brown got a technical foul, and from there it kind of went downhill for the Rams. They were within 3 points then, and Corydon just capitalized on a couple of Paoli mistakes and got the lead back up to 10. And right now it stands at 8 points.
Yes, and despite Evans' awesome three-point ability here tonight, it's not going to be enough as Corydon now looks like they're going to go home with a win here. And
well, Paoli's fans sure aren't thinking about a loss here as they stand up and they're ready to cheer until the end. And looks like Seacat may have been fouled there and no call. Now there's finally a foul called. And that will be on number 5, Quentin Combs. That's his second.
Seacat knocks down his 9th three-pointer of the ball game.
That is number 9 for tonight.
And I don't think it's over, Derek.
No, it's still
19.5
seconds on the clock, and with that 3, the lead's now 5. But right now, the perfect scenario would have to be that Paoli would foul and that Corydon would miss their free throws, and somebody goes down the floor quickly, shoots a 3, Paoli fouls again, maybe more free throws missed, and maybe Paoli can get a last-second shot to win the game.
That's right, Derek. Those last-second heroics are quite exciting, and I'd like to see one here tonight. But who knows, Derek? Hopefully Seacat can shake, bake, dish, swish, do what he's got to do, work his magic, and hopefully we can have Paoli pull through this. And here we go now. as Corydon steps out on the floor.
There's a little bit of discretion on our monitor. Our monitor, it says the score is 78-70, while the scoreboard in the gym says 75-70. I'm not really sure which one's correct. And Joe Fullen fouled number 5, Quentin Combs, hard. And
Well, I'll tell you what.
That's Joe's 5th foul, and
Joe went to foul, and he sure did.
And Joe, he got all washed and groomed for this game, and he showed his abilities, but he's just going back to the barn right now.
And Quentin Combs hit the deck hard, and he's going to step up to the free throw line with 6.9 seconds remaining.
As Corydon hits the free throw, I'm sure this will be a tough loss for Paoli to digest, and you can look for the juniors and below who will return next year. You can make sure they will seek vengeance in the game next year. As Sikat misses the last second 3.